So with 0.2 of Path of Exile 2 releasing, I and a lot of players have had many issues such as bad frames, downright crashing, and server disconnects. Now I have some fixes which have helped me a ton, so I'm going to share them with you guys as well. And I'm going to be talking about both the frame side of things as well as the server internet side of things as well. Now we're talking about the frame side of things. I'm not going to be going too heavy on the specs and settings, but I'm going to just make a short summary because they're quite self-explanatory. So the first thing you guys should be looking at is your renderer. Now I'm using DirectX 12, and the main ones you guys should be experimenting between is Vulkan and DirectX 12. Some people have had some success with it, but I highly recommend trying either Vulkan or DirectX 12 and just experiment, see which one feels better. Now the second thing is your upscale mode. Now I have NVIDIA DLSS on, so this kind of corresponds with what graphics card you are using. For example, you have these three options. You have FSR, Intel, and NVIDIA. If you have an AMD card, use FSR. Intel, use Intel, and NVIDIA graphics card, use NVIDIA. It's quite self-explanatory. Not sure who uses Intel GPUs, so leave a comment if you are. Now the last three settings I'm going to be talking about is triple buffering, dynamic culling, and multi-threading. So triple buffering, very self-explanatory. If you turn it off, better latency. If you turn it on, better frame rate stability. So just pick whichever one you are struggling more with. I'm experiencing a lot of disconnects, so I've turned it off. Now dynamic culling, some people have had success, some people haven't. Just have a play around with it, but this is something that's been causing me and some people in Discord a lot of issues. And another last one, you want this on. POE 2 and 1 are very CPU intensive games. Using more cores of your CPU on a CPU intensive game just sounds like a no-brainer, so you should really have this on. And that kind of wraps up with these settings, which is kind of short summary. But now I do want to talk about reverb enabled. I've turned it off. It anecdotally feels like it helps me, so you guys should try it as well. Just test this and see if like turning it off will help at all. Okay, I want to tell you guys about this thing which is very helpful and has helped me with the FPS side as well. And I haven't really seen many people talk about it, but what you want to do is go to your Windows search bar and you want to type in graphics settings, which I won't show because it's a lot of hidden stuff, so I'm going to blur it, but this is what it should look like. You press enter and you'll enter your settings. Now mine's already been done for me, but what you want to click is browse, and then you want to locate your Path of Exile 2.exe file. And once you find that, you click it and then you come up with this box. So as you can see, this is my library, and what you want to do is you press options and pick high performance. This will turn it from power saving to high performance, which will use more resources and probably more electricity, just to let you guys know, but this has helped me a ton and I can feel the boost. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is the power plan. Now what you want to do is you want to go to search and you want to type in power plan and you want to select choose a power plan. Now you're going to see all these options showing up, and since I'm using an AMD CPU, mine says AMD. So I originally had it on balanced, but this says balanced recommended. Now, if you guys probably paid attention, my CPU now shows 2.84 gigahertz. That's the speed of my processor. Now, for the longest time, it's been on this balance, and my CPU just been stuck on 2.84. It does say automatically balances performance with energy, blah blah blah. When I tested this and I went into POE 2, and this speed did not change. It should have changed, but it did not change. But then I realized there's another one that says AMD Ryzen balanced. So then I clicked on that, and then suddenly my processor has gone up to 4.44 gigahertz. And when I play POE 2, it's at its maximum, which is like 4.4 gigahertz or something like that, on top of my head. So I've gained about 1.4 gigahertz from that. And I went from a choppy FPS Path of Exile 2 to a 60 FPS consistent game, and this is something that's really helped me. And I'm not going to do like those complex stuff other people are doing. This is just kind of simple change. Performance, you can experiment, but this does use a lot more power, and your CPU fans are going to go on haywire, probably like risk the longevity of your stuff. So definitely check the balance stuff out, as I think those are the best. Now I'm going to be talking about the internet issues that I and a lot of people have had. Like I said before, I was disconnecting about 30 times this morning, and I have done something that has fixed it. Now I'm going to show you guys two options here. The first one is changing your region. Now I say region specifically because For example, London is in the European server list. If I were to change it to US or US, for example, Washington, DC, like that, this has helped a lot of people. Some people in my Discord have had success with this. So just changing your region to a different one, for example, US or Australia, Singapore, for example. I'm not too sure about changing servers in the same region, but changing different regions should help. And my final way of helping you guys is this tip. Now this tip is the one that's helped me in particular. I'm back on Steam, so what I'm going to do is I'll click on Path of Exile 2 and then I right click, go to properties, and in properties I will go to installed files and verify integrity of game files. Now this is what has fixed my disconnecting issue. I went from non-stop crashing to now crashing probably once every few hours or once an hour. So I recommend that you guys do this, and I'm not sure why it fixes the server issues or server crashes. This is the last hope. Everything else is kind of on like GGG's end. If you are still having issues after this video, then all I can really say is just like wait. There's nothing else we can really do about this. But once again guys, this is my first Path of Exile 2 video and I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope this has fixed the issues. I know I did one video for POE 1, so I hope you guys have fixed some issues. If you have, please leave a comment down below, and yeah, thank you guys and cheers.